안녕하세요. Hello, this is Jin Sam. Here we're going to study the grammar 이, 가, the subject particle, and 아요, 어요 ending. So first, 이, 가. 이, 가 is the subject particle, and what they do in a sentence is that they express the subject of the sentence. So for conjugation, if the noun ends with the vowel, you add 가. If the noun ends with a consonant, you add 이. For example, 학교. This word ends with vowel, so you add 가. After the word, it becomes 학교가. And 가방, 가방. So this word ends with consonant. Then you add 이 after the noun, so it becomes 가방이. So 이, 가, the subject particle, not only express the subject of the sentence, but also has the nuance of the none other than or nothing but. So, for example, 뭐가 좋아요? 뭐가 좋아요? Which is what is good. And as an answer, there are three different ways. So first is 이 책 좋아요. 이 책 좋아요. This book good. We say this book simply say something is good. It means this book is good. But if you say 이 책은 좋아요, we learn this topic particle, right? But here in the sentence, 이 책은 좋아요, it has a nuance like, I don't know much about all the other book, but emphasize this one is good. 이 책은 좋아요. However, if you use a different particle, 이 책이 좋아요. 이 책이 좋아요. The subject particle, 이 책이 좋아요. That means the person take a look at all the other book, but this is the best book. So there is no other book as good as this one. That means this book is the best. So please remember this, that the 이, 가 can also use it as expressive the nuance. Nothing other than or nothing but. So another grammar part is 있다 and 없다. So in this word 있다 and 없다, often used in a form, noun 이가 있다 없다. So 있다 means to have here. 없다, to not have. So 있다, 없다, it actually has a different meaning other than to have or not to have. But in this lesson, we're only going to focus to have, to not have. For example, I have a Korean book. 한국어 책이 있어요. Korean book 있어요. I have a Korean book. 없어요. To not have. 한국어 책이 없어요. I don't have a Korean book. So, for example, I have a car. So, since, as you can tell, there is no subject in the sentence. So, it depends on the context. The subject can be I, subject can be they, and also there is, which means existence. It shows existence as well. So 차가 있어요. 차 is a car. 차가 있어요. I have a car. 시간이 있어요. I have time. 시간 is time. So I have time. Or they have time. I have time. also exists. There is time. But for the questions, unlike English and Korean, all you need to do is put the question mark at the end of the sentence and raise the tone. But word order, the sentence structure, it's exactly the same. So 차가 있어요. I have a car. Do you have a car? 차가 있어요. 차가 있어요. Can you see the difference? Do you have a car? Or if it's about existence, is their car? Do they have a car? Also, do you have time? 시간이 있어요? 시간이 있어요? Or is there time? Or do they have a time? And I don't have a cell phone. We learned the word cell phone. 핸드폰, right? The cell phone. So, 핸드폰이 없어요. No subject. 핸드폰이 없어요. I don't have a cell phone. Or it can be they don't have a cell phone. But, and also, 돈이 없어요. I don't have money. 돈 is money. So, 돈이 없어요. Okay. Okay, the next one is 아요, 어요 ending, which is formal, polite ending. So this is very commonly used in daily basis. Okay, so for conjugation, the verb stem, if the verb stem's last vowel ends a or o, then you add ayo at the end of the stem. So here, 가다. So whenever the verb ends with ta, call it its a base form. It's a dictionary form. So whenever you conjugate, you always have to drop ta, and then you conjugate to the stem, and this is the stem, right? So 가, the last vowel is a, right? So you add 아요. So 가 plus 아요, but since there are two same vowels, right? So one of them drop, let's say, so one of them drop it and becomes 가요. But if the last vowel is not a or o, means all the other vowels, you add 어요. So 먹다, drop-da, and the stem, 먹, the vowel is which is not a, not o. So you added 어요 to the stem, it becomes 먹어요. 먹어요. Be careful the pronunciation. 먹어요. Because this ending carries over. Next one, 배우다. 배우다. Oh, right. To eat. 배우다, to learn. 배우다. So here, da drop. 배우. Also, it's not a, it's not o. So you add 어요 to the stem. But then 배우어요. 배우어요. When you say it fast, 배워요. 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 Becomes 배워요. Okay? But there is an exception. So only one verb stem. If the verb stem is ha, you add yoyo. Okay? So for example, 하다. So this is very important verb. 하다, which means to do. Right? So here, da drop. And verb stem itself is ha. In this case, you added yoyo. So it becomes 하여요, 하여요, like the other words. 하여요, when you say it fast, becomes 해요. So 하여요 becomes 해요. So 하다 verb become 해요. So let's practice more. So here, if the verb stem, the last vowel is a or o, then you edit 아요. So here, 가다, to go, 보다, to see, to watch, look, 살다, to live, 싸다, cheap. So take a look at the verb stem. a, o, a. So you edit 아요. So 가다, 가, 아요 become 가요. 보아요, 보아요, 보아요 become 보아요. 살, stem, 아요, 살아요. Be careful the pronunciation. 싸아요, 싸다, 싸아요. Since there are two same vowels, one of them, drop it, and 싸요. All the other vowels, other than a or o, you edit 어요 to the stem. So 먹다, to eat, 보이다, to be seen, to be visible, it's more like a passive. And 읽다, to read, 배우다, to learn. So 먹다, stem, vowel 보이다, 읽다, 배우다, 우. Okay? So if the last vowel is not a or o, so you add 어요. So 먹어요 becomes 먹어요. 먹어요. 보이어요. When you say it fast, becomes 보여요. 읽어요. 읽어요. So the last consonant carries over. 배우어요. 배우어요. Say it fast, becomes 배워요. Okay, next one is the only one verb stem, 하. If the verb stem is 하, you add 여요. So 하다, to do, 공부하다, to study, 일하다, to work, 운동하다, to exercise. Here, 하다, 하, stem, 여요, becomes 하여요, becomes 해요. So 하다 becomes 해요. 공부하다, 공부하여요. The same as 공부해요. 일하여요. 하여요 comes 일해요. 운동하여요 becomes 운동해요. So this verb 하다, as I mentioned it, 하다, to do. This verb can be used with a noun. So noun, 하다, becomes a different verb. So like this, 일 can be used as a noun, like work. So 일, noun, 하다. Come, 일하다. To work. Or 운동 is noun, exercise. With the verb 하다, 운동, 하다. So it becomes 운동하다, verb, to exercise, to work. Okay? So just remember, whenever the verb ends 하다, automatically becomes 해요. Okay? For example, are you ending? 사과가 너무 비싸요. Too expensive. From 비싸다. 저는 미국 사람이에요. I'm American. 사람이에요 is also from 이다. But this one is a little exception. And 한국어를 공부해요. So 공부하다. Okay. to study. 네, 저는 한국에 살아요. 살다, to live. So let's review the lesson. So in this lesson, we learned the subject particle 이 and 가, which express the subject of the sentence. So 사과가 비싸요. In this sentence, subject is 사과, which means apple. So the particle 사과가 비싸요. Apple is expensive. In another grammar, 있다, 없다, to have or to not have, or also to show existence. Okay, like there is. Okay, so 저는 핸드폰이 있어요. 저는 핸드폰이 있어요. 있어요. To have. So I have a cell phone. 는 핸드폰이 있어요. And the last one, 아요 ending. The formal, polite ending. Okay, so we learned this. If the verb stem is a or o. The verb stem, other than, or o. So if the verb stem ends a or o, and ayo. All the others, oyo. But if the stem is ha, and becomes you add it yo. So as I mentioned it, 하다, ha become 하여요, become 해요. Okay, great job everyone. Please review all the grammar points many times. Okay. 감사합니다. Thank you.